Hey Lan, hi folks, it's Lev. Welcome back to another video. For those of you who are new and use him pronouns, you may notice that the camera angle and setup is a little bit different, and it's because I'm using like a phone tripod thing, and there's like a light attached to the top of it, and that's why I'm just playing around with this. The first time I used this phone tripod, so yeah. Today's video, I wanted to share a few, I guess, diary entries that I wrote back before I came out as trans, about my trans experiences and navigating my gender identity and trying to figure out, like, am I trans or not? Very personal diary entries, which I'm gonna share some with you today. And for those of you who have never seen me before, I'm a trans man and also pansexual and panromantic. I came out as trans in February of 2020. Actually, January 2020. Started living as a man in February 2020. And I started hormones, so medical transition. I started testosterone in January of 2021. And today, actually, yeah, today I am 1 year and 1 month on testosterone. So my first testosterone injection was on January 12th, 2021, and today I'm 1 year and 1 month on testosterone. And this year I'm hoping to get top surgery, and I have a consultation booked in with my top surgeon in 2 months' time. So that's a little bit of background context. Now to the diary entries. So this first entry that I'm going to read is from 22nd of June 2019, and this one is quite a long one, so I'm just picking out the most relevant pieces or relevant parts, should I say, because I wrote a bunch about society and how I hate gender expectations and whatnot, but I'm going to pick out the parts that are most relevant. So one part of it was, I didn't feel comfortable with she, her pronouns when I was younger, although I did last year for a few months. I preferred hearing they, them at that period of time. Currently, I don't even know what pronouns I want to use. I just go with she, her to avoid A, being prejudiced and discriminated against for being unsure of gender identity, B, those around me finding out these issues and those those around me finding out these issues I'm experiencing when I don't want them to, and 3, make my life easier. So just a reflection. This one, what I'm saying now is not part of the diary. Uh, I just I didn't like hearing she, her, but then I didn't want people to find out I was questioning my gender identity or even going on this journey. That's why I'm just like, I'll stay shut. I'll keep my mouth shut. I'll use she, her to avoid, you know, bigger stresses of people finding out and possibly mistreating me and whatnot. Okay, back to the diary. This is part of the diary. Chest dysphoria. What does being female even mean? I don't have the answer. If it is the boxes determined by society, I'm nowhere near being a female, with the exception of my biology and female organs. So I should also confess that this time I got confused with sex and gender. So I was saying female in my entry because I thought that being female and being woman were the same thing. It's not. But at this time, I got confused. That's why I was using female, even though I am assigned female at birth, but I'm not a woman. But I was saying female here because I got confused between sex and gender, and I don't think I realized the difference between sex and gender at this current point in time. Back to the actual entry. At present, I don't identify with. So I should clarify actually. When I say female, I mean woman, and when I say male, I mean man. At present, I don't identify with being 100% female or 100% male. I'm just here existing outside the binary. I just say I'm female to make my life easier and to not cop shit, but I don't truly feel that way. I'm also experiencing internalized stigma since we have been conditioned to understand heterosexuality and being cisgender as normal, with any deviation from this being the minority and different. If you have all of the female organs at birth, you are assigned female. If you have all of the male organs at birth, you are assigned male. This is what I understand sex. So at this point in time, I didn't realize there was more to sex than just like organs and like reproductive organs. So it's like genetics, not genetics, what am I saying? There's also like hormone levels and chromosomes and stuff, but at this time I think I also got really confused about what comprised of sex. That's why I only mentioned organs, but sex biological sex is a lot more than just the reproductive organs someone has. A little bit more to this one specific diary entry. I just want to be me and live my life the way I want without forcing myself into boxes or enforcing a label on myself for the sake of having a label. I'm a human, name at the time, dead name. I honestly don't know who I am or what I identify as present. Am I transgender? Am I non-binary? Am I male? Am I female? I don't have the answers. However, I do know that it's okay to feel this way and that it's a journey. Remember what your friend said about taking my time and doing what's right, what feels right in the moment. This is important. Okay, this is a different entry. It's from 12th of November 2019. 3 words. It just says, am I trans? Am I trans? Literally, that was my entry. Next entry, 16th of November 2019. I've been feeling uneasy and a sense of discontentment. I look in the mirror and feel that something is off. I cannot love myself, especially my body, 100%. At present, I'm thinking that it isn't what I want, but it's what I have right now. However, today, for the first time in my life that I can remember, I love the light mustache on my face. I've always disliked that part of me due to fear of not being seen as female enough. Now, I don't care about the possible judgments of others around expressing more typically masculine aspects. I like the sound of he/him pronouns over she/her. I feel a certain disconnect with she/her pronouns, and I believe it's because my subconscious/unconscious knows that it is not genuinely me. I've just been using it to keep low-key and safe. I remember when I was sick with what I believe was a cold, and my voice went deep for a few seconds. To clarify, this was way before I went to testosterone. It hit me that I liked the deep voice, and I could tolerate listening to myself / enjoy the sound of my own voice. It's me, the one that's been closed and locked behind closed doors for so long. Wearing clothes and dressing in a way that is stereotypically masculine, I love it because A, I feel comfortable, B, it feels right, and 3, it's genuinely me. I think that trans masculine is the best label for me at present. Okay, next entry, which is the day after the last entry I just read. So this one's from 17th of November 2019. Today, I felt even more uneasy and uncomfortable with myself. I look at myself in the mirror and think, this isn't me. I want the typically masculine haircut now. I can't live to fulfill the expectations of others anymore. It's psychologically and emotionally taxing, and I can't keep it up. I've kept it inside for years and dislike myself. No one knows of the inner battle I experience. This haircut will be for me, and despite possibly losing some people in my life who don't accept it, it will be better in the long run. So only the first diary entry that I wrote in here was like the long one. The other ones are relatively shorter. So this one's a different one. 19th of November 2019. I don't like looking at myself in the mirror. I don't. Chest dysphoria is real and bothering me. Today I felt somewhat disconnected from the real world, that I'm partially in my own world. I wasn't fully present in my own mind either. It was like my subconscious was trying to disconnect me from me, if that makes sense. I think it's because of the gender dysphoria I feel towards myself and how I could be more physically masculine. I have 3 more short entries. Next one is from 21st of November 2019. An okay day today, not too much dysphoria, although the question of am I trans remains. I think the sports bra helps flatten my chest a bit more, which can help during summer. Next one after that is from the 22nd of November 2019. Deep down, I am almost certain that I am not cisgender and am a trans boy. On a positive note, I love wearing this red hoodie with camel sneakers outside. Okay, and the last entry I have that's relevant to before I came out as trans is 24th of November 2019. Suicide thoughts. A lot of it. And then another line which I'm not going to read out. I love looking at myself in the mirror. Dysphoria is pretty bad today. And the main reason I'm making this video today is because I want to put my experiences out there in hopes of it helping other folks, especially other young people, going on the journey of figuring out or understanding who they are in terms of gender identity. Um, it's not. It wasn't an easy ride for me, and I wanna help you, or yeah, your other people, at least one person out there, feel like you're not alone out there in experiencing this nightmare of like trying to understand ourselves in a world that has taught all of us that being cisgender is 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 the normal and everything else is like unacceptable, and I'm doing this because yeah. After the entries in November, I stopped documenting in my journal, but I do remember there was a point in December that I drafted a message and sent it to a few of my close friends saying, I think I think I'm a trans man. I think I'm a trans man. And I was shit scared writing that message and even just sending it to the people closest to me, not like putting on YouTube, not like publicly coming out, even just writing it up and sending it to a few people I trust in my life. I was shit scared. Even though there was like a very, very low chance that they were gonna like reject me because I came out as trans, but I was just still so scared of doing it. I remember, and I don't remember exactly, but I think I also said I like to go by he, him pronouns. After in that message of me saying I think I'm a trans boy, and at the time, trying to figure out like whether I'm trans or not, which my subconscious was clearly had the answer of like, Lev, you're a trans guy, and my subconscious knew for like years, and I kept lying to myself. But during that time, I watched a lot of YouTube videos about trans guys, uh, talking about their experiences and like how they came to understand their own identity and stuff. It did provide reassurance in a way, but then because like, I knew I wasn't the only one out there going through this, but it was still frustrating because my internal conflict was still going on, like this war between my subconscious and conscious. Subconscious saying, hey, you're trans, Lev, like, hello, listen to us, and my conscious being scared and being like, no, I'm not trans, I'm not trans. It it kept going on and on and on, and it's only when I'm like, yes, I'm trans, and I say like I admitted it to myself because I didn't like doing it. Like I'd be like, yeah, I guess I'm trans. Like I wasn't happy and be like, yes, I'm a trans guy. Like now, like it was not like a happy moment. It was just like, yeah, confess to myself, yeah, I'm trans. Yeah, I guess I'm trans. And a few last words before I wrap up the video for anyone out there who's going on their own journey of understanding their own gender identity, wherever you may be on your personal journey. It may sound like everyone says it, like it might sound like a broken record by this point, but you are definitely not alone. And I want to extend this specifically to people who are culturally and linguistically diverse like me. So I'm Vietnamese Australian. Um, and there isn't a lot of representation for cold trans people on YouTube that I can see. So I want to extend this specifically to you folks. You're definitely not alone. And it is okay to go through the journey at your own pace. Like, and regardless of age, your journey and your experiences are valid. Like when someone's young and they are going on a journey, it's not, oh, they're too young to know, which I've heard before. Be like kids who are like, I'm trans, and they wanna go like socially transition and medically transition to affirm their gender, and then people saying, oh, you're too young to know, and stuff like that. It's just a phase. And people who are like older may hear like they're late to the party, but no, everyone goes through this at their own pace, and that's okay. And again, with labels, your experiences, your lived experiences, and everything, feelings, experiences, everything are valid regardless of whether you have a label for it or not. Like, just because we may not have the words to put to how we feel, it doesn't mean that things are invalid. Okay, last point. I promise before I close the video, if any of you would like to chat or ask a question about my journey, like, I'm happy to answer questions too, as long as it's not like crossing the boundaries into transphobia, like asking, because someone has actually asked me this before, like, oh, what do you have down there, like downstairs? Like, people asking me about my genitals, that is crossing the line. Like, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm happy to answer questions, share more about my experiences and my learnings on my journey, and I'm happy to have a conversation. Like, feel free to email me or leave a comment, whichever way works best for you. I'm happy to support you in any way I can. Thanks for watching, folks, and I will see you in the next video.